time I looked at the bottle, I got mad. I was like, this is the most disgusting stuff I have smelled in life.
Time's been moving slowly, so we are.
Beautiful people, welcome back, welcome back. Listen, thank y'all for joining me today. Thank you so much for being here. Now, today we will talk all about fragrances, okay? Listen, I'm a woman of a particular age. I ain't that old, I'm just being dramatic. But I love fragrances. I feel like over the last last couple of years, I have become highly obsessed, people, with fragrances altogether. And I think that could easily be credited to the fact that I sit up and I will watch a, fragrance collection video. Like, I will watch them back to back to back, okay? But they're dangerous. They're dangerous because every fragrance somebody, recommends and says, oh, this smells so delicious, or this, and that, you feel like you need to buy it. But listen here, fragrances are not cheap, okay? So to build a reputable collection, y'all, it's gonna cost a little money, okay? Now, if you are not into fragrances, if fragrances are not your thing, but you've been thinking about it, just start out with a reasonably priced fragrance and just kind of go from there. See how committed you stay to that particular fragrance before you run out and try to copy all of these fragrance, collections that everybody else and their mama have, okay? Now, today we will be talking only about my top 5. These are the fragrances, y'all, that I tend to reach for pretty much every time I'm stepping out the door. Now, I don't typically wear, perfume around the house. I don't wear it around the house, okay? Now, if I'm going somewhere, I do tend to, do a spray of something, okay? The ones we're going to talk about today, these happen to be my top 5 fragrances that I pretty much reach for all the time. Now, I should let y'all know, though, that I'm a person who loves to walk around smelling like a distinguished gentleman, okay? Now, what that means is I love a fragrance that's strong. Like, pretty much the majority of my collection, is made up of unisex fragrances. I love a fragrance that a man and a woman can wear. Y'all, I just walk around smelling like a man and I just absolutely do not care. I do not care. I smelled like a wise, established gentleman with these fragrances that I tend to reach for, okay? So again, we're only talking about my top 5. I do have my phone here, y'all, just so that I can kind of tell y'all, what the makeup of the fragrances are. Now listen here, if you want to get deep into, understanding what this mean and that mean as far as the notes and stuff, y'all, my video might not be the video for y'all. What I want to do is I want to reach the consumer who is pretty new to it, who does not know what saffron is, or who does not know what amber is and what that might smell like. Listen here, so we're going to keep this very easy to keep up with, okay? Now, if you need a little bit more detail, you might just have to go ahead and Google these ingredients before you run out talking about, oh, I want to go get this because I heard this smells delicious, okay? So again, keep that in mind. Now, these are in no particular order, okay? No particular order at all. The first fragrance that I'm going to talk about, and again, this is not because it's my absolute favorite, but it happens to be the Baccarat Rouge 540, okay? Now, this is one that tends to be, I don't know. It's just something about it that some people don't like. They're just like, oh, that fragrance is too commercial, or that fragrance is this, that fragrance is that. Listen here. to each its own. I feel like it's a beautiful fragrance just because I don't think it's too strong. I think it has a nice amount of sweetness to it without being too sweet, because what I can't stand is too sweet of a fragrance. I don't want to walk around smelling like, you know, completely like candy, okay? It's nothing wrong with a nice, you know, subtle sweetness for me. For me. Now, this fragrance happens to be one of those fragrances that is in the unisex line, okay? And so listen, I have the fragrance, the extract version, as well as the body oil. So that's what these are. Now, this particular bottle, and I'm not really going to go into, what I'll do is I'll put the amounts on the screen, okay? So that y'all know, because sometimes, you know, depending on how much some costs, if you're gonna buy it or not, okay? So I'll just leave the amounts just as a courtesy so that you can know, oh, I heard good things about that one, but if it's this much, I'm not buying it. So I will do that. So on the screen somewhere, you will see the actual amounts. Now, the Baccarat Rouge 540, first of all, they say it's been, you know, it's been like one of the it fragrances for a very long time. Listen, again, I just got it within like the last year, okay? So I'm not one of those people who had it, you know, 10 years, well, I don't know how long it's been out, 5 years ago or however long it may have been. I literally purchased it within the last year, highly obsessed. Fun fact though, I smell this particular fragrance. I was at the doctor's office and my doctor, she was smelling so freaking good. I asked what she had on and this is what she was wearing. So that's how, you know, I was like, oh, I probably need to go, you know, get a little sample of that and smell it. So that's what I did with this one, okay? I smelled it on somebody. Pretty much a couple of these, you know, is how I acquired them. I smelled them on somebody. I went to the store because they will smell different on different individuals, okay? So the Baccarat Rouge 540 happens to be one of my top 5. Now, this is considered woody, ambery, and floral. Woody, ambery, and floral, okay? That's what the family is. Now, the top notes for this particular fragrance happens to be jasmine and saffron. One thing I will say with all of my fragrances, I happen to notice that anything that has that woody makeup, anything that has saffron, slight vanilla-ish, I tend to go for those particular fragrances. But the top notes are jasmine and saffron, and then cedarwood is the heart note. Again, I'm not really gonna get into all of that because again, y'all gonna be like, okay, what a jasmine? What is a jasmine? You know, what is this? What is that? Listen here, I can't tell you. I just know it smells good, okay? But one thing about me, anything that has a woody makeup, anything that smells like the cedar wood, like a burning type scent, y'all, I just happen to love those, okay? So this happens to be the first fragrance that will be in my top 5. And again, this is the extract one. So this one is more expensive than the regular bottle just because it has a stronger concentration, okay? Anything that's strong, give it to me. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, okay? So that's what that one is. So first one, Baccarat Rouge 540, absolutely love it. I feel like it's a fragrance that if I had the amount that it costs to continuously buy these bottles, I probably could just wear it every day. I feel like if you are a mixer like me, it's a great fragrance to mix with other fragrances and they all still smell good. And I think that's one thing that a lot of people were saying about this particular fragrance is they like, everybody and their mama got it. Everybody and their mama ain't spending no $325 and no $425 on no bottle. And that's just for this particular size, which is a 2.4 fluid ounce, okay? Everybody and their mama ain't spending this amount on a perfume. And listen, y'all, the bottle is quite small, but I feel like I've only put a very slight dent in it to have had it for a little while, okay? But yeah, people are like, oh, everybody got it, everybody smelling like it, everybody this and that. I don't believe that, because I honestly do not believe everybody gonna go pay that amount for this particular perfume. But I also feel if you're like me and you mix fragrances, who cares if everybody has this one? Because I don't know what I'm gonna mix with that or mix with this on any particular day. So you probably won't smell like me. You might pick up on like, oh, is that Baccarat? It may very well be. But honey, when I throw, you know, a little Tom's Ford squirt or something like that with it, you have no idea what it's going to be. So don't let people discourage you from getting it if you want to get it just because they like, oh, everybody and their mama got it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I digress. So the next one, y'all, will be the Burberry Her. Now, this particular fragrance, y'all, happens to be by the same perfumer that makes the Baccarat, okay? So a lot of people say these two fragrances smell a lot alike, and I honestly can see that. I honestly, y'all, hold on, let me fix these glasses, because listen, I got my lashes on today. I don't need my glasses touching on my lashes. But yes, a lot of people say that this particular fragrance is very reminiscent of the Baccarat. At first I was like, I don't really know, but I kind of can see that. But I honestly feel like this Burberry fragrance, it smells wonderful, okay? It's such a ladylike fragrance. This one is not unisex. I'm almost certain it's not unisex. The Baccarat is, though. Y'all, it smells so freaking good. I feel like this is a good fragrance for hold on, y'all, sister calling. Hold on one second. Sorry, y'all, got a call. So I'm back, okay? So I know we were talking about the Burberry Her. I was in the middle of telling y'all how I feel like this is a great fragrance for, you know, that, you know what? This would make a perfect for girls, okay? A perfect, I mean, or guys if you were, you know, women's perfume. Hey, it's for everybody. This would make a great graduation gift for a young lady, whether it be from high school, you transitioning into womanhood, you headed off to college, you want to smell good, you want to start you a collection, or it could be for that, you know, female college grad who may not be into perfumes just yet. But I just feel like, oh, as a woman, you just got to smell like something. Who cares what you smelling like? You just got to have, you know, like a scent. It's real adult-like to have like a signature scent or something, right? But I feel like this is an absolute great perfume. It smells so good, y'all. Now, I will say, I don't know if the Last and Power is real strong. It comes out quite misty. So you know how you spray a mist? I feel like that's how this comes out, like a thin mist, right? So I just feel like the dent that I've put in this is just because I just be bathing in it. I just be going. Because I oftentimes can't smell it, but I mean, y'all may if y'all hug me or get close enough to me. But I feel like this is an absolute amazing fragrance. Again, this one is very, I think it's quite inexpensive. Now, this particular size, y'all, what size is this? Y'all, this thing's so faint, I can't really tell if it's even, 1.6 fluid ounce. So I'm not sure if this comes in a larger size or not. This you can definitely pick up from Ulta though, because I think that's where I got it from. Now the Baccarat one I got from Neiman's, but I think, you know, you can go, you know, all the Nordstrom places like that. I definitely know you can't get it from like Sephora or Ulta or anything like that, but the rest of my fragrances you pretty much can. Now third on the list, let me just say, when it comes to the Burberry Her, they just say that this is a vibrant, fruity, gourmand, capturing the spirit of London. Whatever that means. That can mean what you want it to mean, okay? But it's not... It's definitely something that is, I feel like it's bold. I feel like it is sweet, but not too sweet. But it's definitely not in that strong, manly, unisex scent that I typically go for. But I absolutely love, love, love. Sister might actually be getting this one for her birthday this year. Because I got her the one I'm going to talk about next, I got for her birthday last year. She absolutely loves it. We were talking the other day and she was like, girl, my birthday coming up this year, I want a fruity scent. And I feel like this is fruity enough without being too fruity, if you get it. So the next fragrance we're going to talk about is the YSL Libre. This is the Libre Intense. Again, anytime I have a fragrance and there's an intense version, I'm gonna get the intense version, okay? The thing is, I want it to stay all day. I prefer a fragrance that will, you know, stand the test of time. Like sometimes, like the fragrances that I purchase, you can still smell the fragrances even after like days. Like I can wash a garment and I'll still smell it sometimes. So I prefer the intense versions of anything. But again, this is the YSL Libre Intense. Y'all, look at the dent, okay? Can we talk? Let's say that. Look at the dent that I've put in this. First of all, I think this probably is my first fragrance that I reach for every time. And again, I bathe in it, okay? I bathe in it. This scent is so delicious. I've gotten it as gifts for, I know, 3 people right off top. I think I got it for sister last year for her birthday. I think I got it for one niece for college graduation, undergraduate graduation. Then I got it for another niece. Did I get it for you, Taylor? I can't remember. Maybe for her birthday. But I know for sure I have purchased this not only for me, but for 3 other people as gifts, okay? And this is definitely one that I will continue to recommend, okay? So it says that the Libre Intense is the new, more sensual take. What? On the perfume? What? Y'all, I can see that though. I can see that being, you know, I wasn't necessarily thinking sensual, but it smells so delicious. Like somebody, if a person smelled this on you, they wouldn't be able to just walk by. Okay, they wouldn't be able to just walk by. They would have to stop and be like, girl, what you got on? Because I've done that to people when they smell so good, honey. I'm like, girl, what you got on? This is one of those type of fragrances. So the fragrance notes, there's lavender essence, orange blossom, orchid accord. Ooh, that orchid, y'all. I love an orchid scent, okay? I love an orchid scent. And then warm vanilla. Now, the one thing about vanilla now, you gotta be careful with vanilla. Because, okay, I once bought a fragrance, y'all. Just because I love the person whose fragrance it was, okay? I got it. The bottle was beautiful. I sprayed it. I got home, sprayed it on me because I don't even think I tried it out in the store. Y'all, I wanted to peel my skin off. It smelled that horrid, okay? It made me want to throw up. And it's because I was like, what did they do? Put only vanilla in the freaking bottle? Y'all, I was so disappointed and I wanted to even keep it. Like I wasn't even gonna take it back, okay? I was going to keep this fragrance just because I love this celebrity so much that I just wanted to support the cause. Y'all, every time I look at the bottle, I got mad. I was like, this is the most disgusting stuff I have smelled in life. And I feel like even after I showered, I still smelled of vanilla. It was disgusting. So, you know, vanilla is one of those iffy notes to me, to where if it's too much vanilla, then I'm disgusted, okay? I will say, Libre does not have that strong of a vanilla scent. So to the point to where I honestly I didn't even realize vanilla was in there, just because I guess the other notes just really take over. I said all that to say, if you don't get nothing else, I recommend for y'all ever, get this. This particular fragrance will have people asking you, girl, what you got on? You smell so good, okay? So, we up to 3 right now. We up to 3. And I hold up 2 fingers. We up to 3, okay? The next fragrance, y'all, I have been wearing this fragrance for so many years. And when I say so many years, I will probably say 6 maybe. And I've constantly repurchased. Constantly repurchased. That's how you know when you love a fragrance so much. That fragrance, you ask? It happens to be the Tom Ford Black Orchid. Tom Ford Black Orchid, okay? Y'all, this scent is something else. Okay, let me just disclaimer. It ain't for everybody, okay? It ain't for everybody. This is one of those fragrances where you either love it at first smell, or you like, ugh, this is just too much, because y'all, it's strong. It smells so good. It smells so good. This is honestly a grown and sexy scent, okay? This is a scent where if I wear it, people would say, oh, Sharika, were you just in the elevator? Because they smell it still in the elevator after I've left, okay? This is that scent. So one thing about this Tom Ford Black Orchid, I know that there is a Velvet Orchid as well that's not as strong. It's the one in the purple bottle. The Velvet Orchid smells absolutely beautiful, okay? I feel like that's more of like a woman who doesn't prefer a unisex fragrance. I, on the other hand, again, I want to walk around smelling like a strong black man, okay? But the Velvet Orchid is a little bit lighter, so if this is too strong for you, that one will do, okay? Again, this particular scent is one I have purchased time and time again. I wear it. The majority of the people seem to love it. It's one of those where people will know you were there, okay? You committing a crime, don't wear this one, okay? Well, listen, don't commit no crimes, okay? We're going to cut that out. Don't commit crimes. This one, people will know you were there. But who knows when it was? They're just going to know, wow, that smell like Sharika had to have been in here, okay? Now, the scent type is a warm floral, so that's where it kind of starts to smell. You start to smell that, you know, the woodiness and like that strongness kind of come out. But the key notes are black orchid, black truffle, and patchouli. I happen to know what all of those are, so if I had never smelled this and I was reading those notes, I would be like, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. So if you are someone who, one, trust what I be telling y'all, but two, if you don't mind a very strong scent, it's honestly one, again, it's for a particular person. Everybody is not going to enjoy this. This is not the scent for the high schooler, that's the high school girl graduating college, or high school guy graduating, high school. Maybe college, but it depends on the maturity level. This one depends on the maturity level, okay? Y'all, it's nice. You know what? This is also a fragrance, y'all, that I tend to mix with a lot of fragrances. So you know how I told y'all at the beginning that I do a lot of mixing? Sometimes I will put a fragrance on and be like, let me put that one on too. This is honestly one of those that I can mix with other fragrances, and it actually will throw people off, because at that point you don't know what I got on. You just know I might smell good. But this is actually one. Now, if I mix this particular one though with another fragrance, y'all, it's the smallest squirt, because that's really all you need. It smells that good, it's that strong, the scent is that lasting that you can mix it with the fragrance and it kind of takes it to a different fragrance, but it doesn't overpower, if that makes sense. But again, it's the smallest little squirt that I do when I am mixing it with something else. Okay, the last fragrance of the 5 is a fairly new one to me. It's a fairly new one to me. And when I say new, I mean within the last year, okay? I'm actually just discovering Jo Malone's line of fragrances, but I'm already highly obsessed. I already have another. So after I bought this one, within like a couple weeks, I went and got another one. But the one we're talking about now is the Jo Malone Oud and Bergamot. Ooh, Bergamot and Oud, those are another two that if it got that in it, I'm like, okay, this is for me. But this is the Jo Malone Oud and Bergamot fragrance. Y'all, this smells, okay, so let me say this. Just sitting here sniffing it this way, if I wasn't a fragrance lover, I would be like, I would pass on that. Like, I would pass. It's not until you spray that you realize how, you know, that's how it smells. So me and the cousins, we were at dinner. I happened to have gone to Arkansas. This particular fragrance is what I was wearing. Y'all, they wouldn't leave me alone about it. They wanted to know, what you got on, girl? What you got on? Do you know I took this, because I had it in my pocketbook at the time. I took this out my pocketbook and we just, everybody just wanted to spray. Everybody just passing it around, just wanting to spray. Y'all, it smells so just like rich. Like many of my fragrances, they have like, I don't know. It's just like you have to appreciate, you know, the smell of a finer luxury scent, right? And you know, listen, everybody again does not like perfume. Some people prefer the Victoria's Secret, like the misty sprays and lotions and the Bath and Body Works. If that's you, then hey, that's what you love, you know? But it's something about a fragrance that just smells expensive to where like I could literally be looking a hot mess, spray one of my fragrances on, run to the store, and it's like, yeah, girl, you look a mess, but you smell so good. So they know I have that potential. That's what it's about. It's about potential. When you smell a person and they smell divine, again, they don't have to look like anything, but you smell divine, people know, okay, she probably can like really step it up. Like that potential is there, okay? Y'all, this smells so good. This smells so good. My one cousin loved it so much, I had to go. I got back home. I walked over to Neiman's and I was like, okay, let me get cousin this. Because I think our birthdays or something were coming up. And I sent her this. So she absolutely loves it. Now, this particular scent, it's in the woody family, okay? I will say, again, it's not a fragrance that's gonna be for everybody, because sometimes when you start thinking about like oud and the bergamot and some of those different you know, ingredients and whatnot, it's like it's just too strong for some people. Me, I'm not that person. Again, anything that is woody and strong, I'm attracted to. So this happens to be one of those. One of the, again, the top note is bergamot, of course, because the fragrance is oud and bergamot. Oh, and this is the intense one too, y'all. Again, you know, I just love the intense one. So maybe if you got one that wasn't as strong, then you might like it. But for me, it's just like, give me the strongest you can get, okay? But the heart notes are the cedar wood, and then the base note is the oud. So this is just gonna be strong all the way around, okay? I feel like this could also be another one of those fragrances that I could mix with some of my other ones, like the sweeter smelling ones, and people would still, they would just never be able to make out what it is I have on, okay? So this is another great one. Y'all, I feel like my fragrance collection is, you know, it's not the largest fragrance collection, but it's made up of just like some really good quality scents, you know? I feel like, again, because I prefer stronger unisex fragrances, a lot of people might not be checking for mine because they just gonna be like, girl, you just too strong. But like I say, I hardly ever wear one fragrance at a time. Like if I have the main fragrance on, like say for instance, my main fragrance of the day might be the Burberry Her. I'm spraying it on, then here I am, I'm gonna grab my Libre and be like, okay, 1, 2. Do 2 little squirts and it's gonna take it to something completely different, okay? So just as a recap, my top 5, and again, these are top 5. If y'all want to know any more of my other faves, definitely let me know down below and I will be happy to produce a video that kind of gives you more suggestions. But I will say these are the 5 that I tend to gravitate towards more. Again, we have the Baccarat Rouge 540. We have the Malone Oud Bergamot. We have the Burberry Her. We have the YSL Libre Intense. And then we have the Tom Ford Black Orchid. So, y'all, any of these, you know, again, I described them just as if we are just learning about, you know, what the different properties and the makeup of these fragrances are, okay? I'm giving you a scent. I feel like all of these, with the exception of probably the Burberry Her, I feel like black tie would be what would describe an event that I might, you know, but listen here. I wear sequins every day. I can wear sequin. I'll throw on a sequin get up and just on a regular Thursday, okay? So sometimes when I say, you know, a black tie, no, I wear them every day. But for some people, they may be like, oh, I'm going to this gala or I'm going to this, and that. I feel like, with the exception of the Burberry Her, I feel like this is a more, you know, kind of a fun, flirty, you know, happy hour with the girls type of scent. But the other scents, aside from being everyday scents for me, you can probably describe them as if you were really dressed up and going somewhere that's important, okay? But again, I hope y'all enjoyed this. If y'all want to see more perfume recommendations or some of my next faves, definitely drop down in the comment section below what you would like to see. I feel like, again, you know, fragrances are something that you either love them or you don't. They can, again, get very expensive, but one way to build a collection, a fragrance collection, y'all, might even be just like hey, for my birthday, get me this fragrance, or for holidays or whatever, because again, it's something that can get expensive. So sometimes it just may be worth it to say, for special occasions, for special holidays and things like that, this is what I want. So do that. Y'all, one thing before I go, aside from asking y'all to like, comment, subscribe, share, and do all of those fun things, the last time I was talking to Knuckle, he asked, Knuckle is nephew. No, that's not his name. Cash is his name, but he's just a knucklehead, so I just call him Knuckle. But he specifically asked for a shout out in my next video, okay? I told him I would oblige, and he gave me the specifics of what he wanted me to shout out for him. He requested that I shout out and say, hey Knuckle, I love you. That was his request, okay? So we're just gonna act like that goes in this video, okay? Like we were talking about something like that, and not talking about fragrances. But hey Knuckle, love you. Mwah. Again, y'all, like, comment, subscribe, share, all of that. Your girl just trying to be, you know, I'm just trying to be successful out here on YouTube, and I need y'all to do all of those things I've asked, just so that you can help me to make that happen, okay? Look, love y'all, appreciate y'all for watching. Let's chat down in the comments. I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, y'all.